I do believe I'm beginning to get the picture.
Well, I'm beginning to get the picture.
Beginning to get the picture.
Could you tell me what she said? I think I am beginning to get the picture. Let's suppose a student is learning a complex math problem, and after a few hints from the teacher, he says, I think I am beginning to get the picture. Here, it means the student is starting to understand the situation or concept. Beginning to get the picture emphasizes the initial stage of comprehension. It implies that understanding is developing, but it's not yet complete.
Wait till it's dark.
Wait till it's dark.
Should probably wait till it's dark. Should probably wait till it's dark.
Could you tell me what he said? Should probably wait till it's dark? Let's suppose you're planning to act carefully or wait for the right moment to do something sensitive or risky. You think to yourself, should probably wait till it's dark. It means to wait for the appropriate or safest time to act. Till it's dark can figuratively represent waiting for circumstances to be favorable, private, or safe. It emphasizes patience in choosing the right timing rather than rushing.
Something borrowed and something blue.
Something borrowed and something blue.
Now all I need is something borrowed and something blue. Now all I need is something borrowed and something blue.
Could you tell me what she said? Now all I need is something borrowed and something blue. Let's suppose a bride is preparing for her wedding and checking off traditions. She smiles and says, now all I need is something borrowed and something blue. It's used when referring to the traditional items a bride includes for good luck on her wedding day. In American English, something borrowed symbolizes borrowing happiness or good fortune from someone else, while something blue represents purity, love, and fidelity.
Let me try to milk the controversy.
Ever try to milk a caribou? Ever try to milk a caribou? Ever try to milk a caribou?
Could you tell me what he said? Never try to milk a caribou. Let's suppose someone keeps taking advantage of a situation at work, squeezing every possible benefit or favor from it. You shake your head and think, never try to milk a caribou. It means to take advantage of a situation or person to get as much benefit as possible. In American English, to milk figuratively comes from the literal act of extracting milk from an animal. Figuratively, it means trying to exploit or get more than what's reasonably possible from someone or something.
When I start having feelings about someone, I don't hold back.
Don't hold back.
When I start having feelings about someone, I don't hold back.
Could you tell me what she said? When I start to having feeling about someone, I don't hold back. Let's suppose someone starts developing romantic feelings for another person. They feel excited and open about it, saying, when I start having feelings about someone, I don't hold back. It means to restrain, control, or prevent yourself from expressing feelings, thoughts, or actions. In American English, hold back is often used to describe keeping emotions, opinions, or actions under control. Saying you don't hold back implies you express yourself freely and openly without hesitation.
Effortless.
Effortless.
It's just effortless for you, isn't it? It's just effortless for you, isn't it?
Could you tell me what she said? It's just effortless for you, isn't it? Let's suppose someone watches their friend play the piano beautifully without seeming to try. They smile and say, it's just effortless for you, isn't it? It means done naturally, easily, or without visible effort or difficulty. It's used when something appears easy, natural, or done without struggle. In American English, effortless describes actions or skills that seem smooth and easy, even if they require practice. It emphasizes grace, natural ability, or the appearance of doing something without struggle.
You don't know what you're walking into.
You don't know what you're walking into. You don't know what you're walking into.
Could you tell me what he said? You don't know what you are walking into. Let's suppose a friend is about to join a high-stakes negotiation or a tricky social situation without knowing all the details. You warn them, you don't know what you are walking into. It means to enter a situation without knowing the challenges, risks, or details involved. Figuratively, it's used when someone is about to enter a situation they don't fully understand or realize the difficulty of.
Need any help? I'm a phone call away, alright?
Just Skype call away.
Phone call away.
Need any help? I'm a phone call away, alright?
Could you tell me what he said? You need any help? I'm a phone call away, alright? Let's suppose your friend is going through a tough time, maybe moving to a new city or starting a new job. You reassure them by saying, you need any help? I'm a phone call away, alright? It means to be easily reachable or available to help anytime. Figuratively, it's used to express closeness, support, and availability, that someone can easily reach you whenever they need.
To call off
the gathering!
It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack. It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack.
Could you tell me what he said? It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack. Let's suppose a military commander decides that tomorrow's planned attack is too risky. They tell their officers, it is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack. It means to cancel, stop, or postpone something that was planned. Figuratively, it's used when someone cancels or stops a planned action, event, or activity. Call off is commonly used to indicate that a scheduled event, activity, or plan should be canceled.
You call out your dad. You call out your dad. You call out your dad.
Could you tell me what he said? You call out, you are dead. Just imagine you're hiding with a small team in enemy territory. Silence is the only thing keeping you safe. One leader leans in and warns, you call out, you are dead. Here it means to shout or make a noise that draws attention, which would be fatal in this situation. While call out can also mean challenge or publicly criticize in other contexts, in this threatening sentence it's literal/urgent. Anyone who calls out, yells, signals, or otherwise makes themselves known, risks being discovered and killed.
Great times call forth great men.
Call forth the Holy Father.
You must call forth the watch that are their accusers. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Could you tell me what he said? You must call forth the watch that are their accusers. Let's suppose a judge in a courtroom says, you must call forth the witnesses. It means to summon, bring out, or elicit something or someone into action, presence, or awareness. Figuratively, it's used when someone summons or brings someone or something into action, presence, or attention. It can also mean evoking a feeling, quality, or response from someone or something. Call forth often implies formally or deliberately bringing someone or something forward.
I know you better draw me $1 million picture over there. I know you better draw me $1 million picture over there. I know you better draw me $1 million picture over there.
Could you tell me what he said? I know you better draw me $1 million picture over there. Let's suppose an art director is talking to a painter and says, I know you better draw me $1 million picture over there. It means an outstanding, flawless, or highly impressive creation or result. Calling something $1 million item is a figurative way of praising its value or quality. It emphasizes excellence, perfection, or something that commands attention.
No sweat.
No sweat.
No sweat, you know.
Got a car, no sweat at all. Got a car, no sweat at all.
Could you tell me what he said? I got a car, no sweat at all. Let's suppose someone helps you find a car, and you manage to get it easily without any problems or stress. You smile and say, I got a car, no sweat at all. It means something is easy, not a problem, or requires little effort. It's used when something is done easily or without difficulty. In American English, no sweat is an informal way to show that a task or favor was simple and didn't cause stress.
Just did the window shopping.
Oh, window shopping?
Window shopping. Just did the window shopping.
Could you tell me what he said? I am just doing a little window shopping. Let's suppose a friend is walking through a mall and says, I'm just window shopping today. It means to look at products or items in stores without planning to buy them. Figuratively, it can also describe browsing or exploring options casually without a serious commitment. The term comes from literally looking through shop windows at items for sale.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Could you tell me what she said? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's suppose someone just won a small bet or a video game round and shouts, winner, winner, chicken dinner. It means I won, or success. A cheerful way to celebrate a win. Here, the phrase is used to celebrate a victory or success, usually in a fun, playful, or slightly exaggerated way. Figuratively, it can be used whenever someone achieves something or succeeds unexpectedly.
I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Could you tell me what he said? I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Let's suppose someone is preparing for a big party and juggling multiple tasks at once, saying, I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all morning. It means to move or act in a frantic, chaotic, or disorganized manner. Here, it figuratively describes acting in a frantic, disorganized, or panicked way, often because there's too much to do at once.
My word is bond.
My word is bond.
Word is bond.
My word is bond.
Could you tell me what he said? My word is bond. Let's suppose a friend promises to help you move on Saturday and adds, my word is bond. It means I will keep my promise, or you can fully trust what I say. Saying my word is bond signals that the speaker treats their promises as unbreakable, almost like a signed contract.
Your work wife.
She's my work wife.
The work wife?
She's my work wife.
Could you tell me what he said? That's because she's my work wife. Let's suppose two colleagues spend a lot of time working together, supporting each other through deadlines and projects. One jokingly says, she's my work wife. Here, work wife refers to a close, platonic co-worker relationship where two people support each other like a married couple would at work. Figuratively, it emphasizes trust, partnership, and camaraderie in a professional setting, without any romantic meaning. It describes a trusted partner at work who helps you manage tasks, gives advice, and shares experiences.
Yada, yada, yada.
Ollie, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Could you tell me what he said? Yada yada yada. Let's suppose someone is telling a long story about their day, but they skip over the boring or obvious parts and say, so I went to the store, yada yada yada, and ended up home. Here, yada 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 is used to summarize, skip details, or gloss over parts of a story. Figuratively, it emphasizes that the specific details are unimportant or repetitive. It's used to compress a story, implying the omitted parts are obvious, tedious, or unnecessary.
Easy as pie up.
Easy as pie.
It's easy as pie.
Easy as pie.
Could you tell me what he said? It's easy as pie. Let's suppose someone is teaching you a simple recipe and you follow the steps perfectly without any mistakes. You laugh and say, wow, it's easy as pie. It means very easy or simple to accomplish. It's used when something is extremely easy to do. In American English, easy as pie is an idiom that emphasizes how simple or effortless a task is, often implying it requires little skill or effort. It's a friendly, informal way to describe ease. If this video has taught you something new, please like and subscribe.